think I've ever shook in shock as much as when I bought this game. What's happening, guys? Gemma here and back again for another video, and I want to talk about the lengths we go to obtain retro games, whether that be in, spending a ridiculous amount of money, or having to save and accumulate an amount of money to buy these sometimes very, very, very expensive games. Now, I'm going to show you some of my most kind of prized possessions. So it's kind of like, I guess, a look into the collection a little bit more. But what I want from you guys are two things. If you see this video on Twitter, reply to this tweet with a picture of your prized possessions. So I'll retweet that for you, and we can push your stuff out a little bit more. If you see it on Facebook, whack a comment of your most prized possessions with a little picture, or just text, whatever, so we can kind of get a bit of a community vibe rippling through this video. So before we do that, it's question time. Question time. You guys have been asking loads and loads of questions, and I'm picking one at random, and I'm trying to kind of answer it in most of my videos. And actually, I'm kind of struggling with this one a little bit. This is from the Real Flame Prince, and the question is, what is your guilty pleasure game that you know is bad, but you still enjoy? Wow, that is really tough. Maybe you guys can answer that in the comments as well. My guilty pleasure game. Let's look for inspiration. Do you know what? I instantly, what kind of came to my head when I read this initially is Sonic 1, which is kind of ironic as we're talking about expensive games. This is probably one of the cheapest and most common games out there. But because it's kind of cheap and common, you kind of don't appreciate Sonic 1. So when I play it, I think like, yeah, I don't get the immersion that I usually get from other games. So I guess this is kind of like my guilty pleasure. It's a staple title. It's one of the first titles that I ever played on the Mega Drive back at Christmas 1991, I want to say. So I guess I'd go with Sonic 1. So let me put it back. Let's whack it back. Thanks for the question. Any more questions, whack in the comments there, and hopefully yours will be picked for a future video. Okay, so not to kind of over encumber this video, I've picked 4 games, 3 are SNES titles, they're all boxed, and 1 is an N64 title. Okay, so the first one, very professional, just bend down to get this game. The first one, guys, is Secret of Mana. Now, I bought this at the Play Expo in Blackpool last May, did an unboxing of it, and it's been one of those games that I've been harping on ever since I sold my last collection that I have to get it back. I'm really intrigued by RPGs on the SNES, especially because I never got a chance to play them as a kid, and I think that's the draw as an adult, is that the experience can kind of still be fresh and new and plausible to quite an extent. Now this is box complete, but it's a repro map, but it is one of my gems of the collection, because I do think, like I've said, RPGs on probably any retro console, mainly the SNES, just hold a really high monetary value. So this is kind of like there's no sentiment attached to this. Like I said, didn't play it as a kid. There's definitely no nostalgia. So it's really around that kind of monetary value. What did I pay? I paid 95. So it wasn't too expensive, but let me know, guys, what's the most expensive game you've ever bought? And again, like I said in the intro, to what extent do you feel the need to kind of go to obtain them? Second game is a game that was gifted to me by my very good friends Gemma and Alex. Love and kudos to you guys. Please check out their shop. Here it is, Level Up Games in Canterbury. Very good shop. They kind of sent me up a boxed copy of Mega Man X on the NTSC SNES. Now, again, never played it as a kid. Don't even recall seeing it on PAL. I know it exists on PAL, and I'm led to believe, according to Alex, that it's a lot more expensive on PAL than what it is on NTSC. Nonetheless, here is a really nice boxed copy, and I just I'm so stoked to have things like this in my collection. It just makes me feel like, wow, the collection, because I think when you're a gamer and a collector, they're very two different things, and I class myself as both. So from a collection point of view, this makes me feel absolutely elated. I can't even describe it on the spot. But yeah, I play it as well, and I really enjoy it now, and I think because it kind of seems to be worth a bit more, I enjoy playing it a bit more and appreciate it a little bit more. I don't know what you guys think, that's just my kind of take on it, but let me know. Third up, guys, is another SNES game. I picked this up in this haul recently. It is a boxed copy of Secret of Evermore on PAL. Now, I don't think I've ever shook in shock as much as when I bought this game. I was getting my money out of my purse and I was shaking my heart, that kind of hollow heartbeat feeling right here, ripping through my body. Like you know, I mean, this is probably my most, I don't know, I can't even talk, impressive game for me. Maybe not for you guys, but for me. Like, to say I have a boxed PAL copy of Secret of Evermore, okay, it's missing the map, I need to get the map. But and it's in great condition as well. The cart's in fine condition, the inserts are in lovely condition. There'll be a picture on screen, there'll be additional B-roll anyway throughout, guys. But yeah, I mean, what have you guys got this? Let me know if you have, how much did you pay? Interestingly, do any of you have it from back in the day? You know, when it was like priced £30–40 or $30–40 or whatever. Do you have your original copy? This still has the Kimball tag on the top. Can't see it because it's in the Sentinel case, but nonetheless, you know, little things like that, I think as a collector, when you've got kind of original pieces that don't mean anything to the game, but you can almost kind of see it on the shelf when it's got the Kimball tag on, and it just kind of reminds me of going in the shops as a kid and seeing games, and I just love that feeling. So whilst I didn't play it as a kid, it means a lot to me as an adult. My final game is another game that was sent to me by you good folk out there. The generosity of the community is phenomenal at times. Michael sent me a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64. It is NTSC. I do have a PAL and NTSC N64 back here. And I just think this game is so funny. This game is so hilarious, and there's so many kind of backhanded comments and, you know, sexual references that are just, you know, as a kid you didn't realise that that's what they were. But when you play it back now, you get a completely different experience to it, because you can actually, you get the jokes, obviously. So yeah, this is really cool. I've always enjoyed this game for its vibrancy, and I've always, you know, the box art's absolutely flawless and phenomenal. Everybody knows it. It's not necessarily rare. You know, I have seen this around quite a bit in stores that I go to, quite a bit in expos. But definitely, I think any kind of title like this, whilst it's great to have the unboxed stuff, I primarily try and go for the boxed. Worst case scenario, yeah, obviously you've got that option, but I always try for boxed. So there we go, they're my 4 titles. So guys, let me know what you think. How far will you go to obtain a game? Tweet me your prized possessions, Facebook me your prized possessions. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I love doing things like this because I can talk about like more intricate pieces of my collection a little bit more, so I've quite enjoyed this video. So yeah, drop me a question as well. But for now guys, my name's Gemma, have a great day, take care.